can bring the power or the exponent in front and then you multiply with the log. So p times log base b of x. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Again, for all of the exercise, we assume that x, y, a, b, all of the variable that we use, those are real numbers. So here on exercise 1, we add to you the product properties to write our log at its sum. So what it means is that we start with one log, and we want to write them as we want to expand them. We want to write them as the sum of two log. Okay, so let's just start with log. Now, if we don't see the base, can you tell us what could be the base? So on your calculator, most calculator, it will give you only two basic base, the base 10 and the base e. So right here, what do you think will be the base? So we don't see the base, but by default, we must know what is the base. So here we say we only see logs of the product 2 times x times y. If we do not see the base by default it is base 10. Okay, so just keep in mind we have two base. We have more than two base, but the two base that we see in the textbook that they do the shortcut is base 10 and base e. Base e is the shortcut they just rather than a natural log or ln. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go ahead and write them as a sum, but here as you can see right here that we have three factors, right? You have the 2, the x, and the y. So we can write them the sum of the 3 logs. So again, that the base is there, but base 10, that's why we don't have to write the base. So I'm just saying logs base 10 of 2, or sometimes we just say log 2. Okay, log base 10 of 2 plus logs base 10 of x plus logs base 10 of y. So as you can see that we expand one log become the sum of 3 logs here in this case. Okay, so let's move on to number 2, exercise 2. This time we see the base. So as you can see, the exercise 1 and 2 almost look the same except the base. So here the base is 2. Okay, so again, first I'm going to log base 2 of 2 plus, so we are using the product property. We go from left to right, we expand this, plus logs base 2 of x plus logs base 2 of y. Okay, now if we can simplify, then we can go ahead and continue to simplify. So as you can see right here, logs base 2 of 2. So again, think about log base 2 of 2. 2 to the power of what? Give a 2. So we're asking ourselves 2 to the power of what equal to. So log base 2 of 2, it will give us 1, right? Because 2 to the power of 1 is itself. Okay, so this will give us 1, and then the rest just stay the same. Just keep in mind that it not only applies for the base 2 as long as you take the base log of the base of the same thing and logs of, if you think about logs of base b, log of base b of whatever that real number b is, it will give us 1. So just keep that in mind. And we did talk about this in the last meeting, the 4 basic property of logarithmic. Okay, so let's move on to the natural log. So here we have natural log of the product 3 times the sum. Okay, so keep in mind that natural log, the base is base E. So again, we're using the product property. So 3 times the sum, so it will be natural log of 3 plus natural log of the sum A plus B. Now we stop right here. So don't try to use the product property for natural log of the sum A plus B because we cannot. A plus B is not A times B. Okay, so we stop. Okay, let's move on to the quotient property. So the next from exercise 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 6, we are going to use the quotient properties to expand this log. So again, what is the quotient property? Right here, you see log base B of x divided by y. We can write them as a differences of log base B of x minus log base B of y. So again, we start with one log and we go from left to right, we expand it again. We also can go from right to left, which is, we can condense it. So this time we expand it, we go from left to right, okay? So this is exercise number 4, log base 7 of z divided by 49. So using the quotient property, so we'll give a log base 7 of z minus log base 7 of 49. But again, we don't stop. If we can continue to simplify, then we just go ahead and keep going. So log base 7 of the variable z stay, but log base of 49, we can get log base 7. 49 is 7 to the power 2. Now, as you can see right here, there's log base 7 of 7 to the power 2. Look at the note from last meeting, log base B of B to the n, that give it n, okay? So here that will give a 2. And then we copy the rest of them. Log base 7 of z minus 2. Okay. So again, go back to the property, the 4 basic properties. So this is log base B of B to the power n, that will equal n. And we also tell you why, so you can look at the previous note. Okay, move on to the next one. Exercise number 5, log base 7 of the quotient A divided by 14. Okay. Now, I'm just wanting you to see what is the difference between exercise number 4 and exercise number 5. Exercise number 4 is z divided by 49. 49 is a perfect square, 7 to the power 2 equal 49. But number 40 on exercise 5 exactly the same, except that it's not 49 a divided by 4 by 14. So we apply the quotient property. So that will give a log base 7 of the variable a minus log base 7 of 14. And we cannot simplify no more, so we stop, because again 14 is not a perfect square. It's not a multiple of that. I mean, it is there's no number square equal 14 equal 14, and we also want that for, like 49 is 7 square, but 14 is not. Okay, so let's move on to number 6. No, and again, number 6, we don't see the base, so the common log, so the base is base 10, so this is log of 100 divided by the sum of x plus y. So that will give us, using the quotient property, so logs of 100 minus log of x plus y. But then again, this is the common log. We don't see the base, so the base is 10. So this is same thing as logs base 10 of 10 to the power 2. Now again, the base 10 we don't have to write, and then copy minus logs of x plus y. Again, if it's a base 10, sometimes the reader, which is me, sometimes I didn't say the base, I just say log of x plus y. But again, you know that the base is 10. For the natural log, we just say natural log of, we don't say the base, and then you have to know that the base is e. Okay, so again, we're using the property logs base 10 of 10 to the power 2. So that will give a 2. And then we copy the rest of them. Thank you so much, Evan, for helping your friend with the attendance. Okay, so far we just exercise 1, 2, 3 for the product property, exercise 4, 5, 6 for the quotient property. So let's move on to exercise 7, 8, and 9 for the power property. So again, I'm looking at the power property first. So log base b of x to the power p, we bring the power in front and we multiply with the log. So take the power p times log base b of x. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and do is apply it here. So here on exercise number 7, this is the natural log. So the base, of course, we don't see the base, but we have to know the base is e. Okay. So we'll go ahead and bring the exponent with the power of the exponent, which is 5, in front of the natural log. So 5 times the natural log of x. Okay, let's move on to the next. And we cannot simplify no more, so we stop. Okay, let's move on to exercise A. So first, when you go ahead and bring the power of the exponent in front of the natural log. So 5 times natural log of e. Now just keep in mind that natural log is the log base e. So we're using the property log base e of e, so that will give us 1. So that the whole thing right here will give log base e of e, or the natural log of e is 1. So this is 1. So now we're enough with 5 times 1. So our final answer is 5. Okay, lastly, let's go ahead and look at exercise number 9. Here, the first thing we have to do is that we have to rewrite the radical expression at a rational exponent. So we want to end up with a fraction exponent. So this will be the same as we write log. Again, this is a common log. The base is base 10. So we don't have to write the base. You just say log base 10 or just log. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and write our fraction x. So the base x to the power of a fraction. And our fraction here is the numerator is the exponent inside, and then the denominator is the index. Okay, now next we go ahead and apply the power properties. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the powers, which is the fraction, 2/3 in front of the log. So multiply 2 logs of x. And again, we cannot simplify no more, so we stop. Okay, let's go ahead and do more complicated exercise. So here from exercise from 10 to 15, we want to start with one expression, which is, one log, and then we want you to expand this. So we want to make it longer, more than one log. So expand this. So here, let's start with exercise number 10. We have log base 3 of this quotient 5z divided by w. Okay, the first step, we are going to apply the quotient property first. So that will give us log base 3 of 5z minus log base 3 of w. So that will be step 1. Step 2, we go back and we will apply the product property to expand this log. So that will give us log base 3 of 5 plus log base 3 of z. And then lastly, we just copy the last term, log base 3 of w. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Exercise number 11. We have log base 7 of this quotient. Again, we do step by step. We start with the quotient property first. So that will give us a log base 7 AC of AC minus log base 7 of 5D. Okay, so that will be our step 1. Okay, so now our step 2, we go back and we start with log base 7 of AC. We are going to use the product properties to expand it, to make it longer. So that will give us log base 7 of A plus log base 7 of C. Next, when you go ahead and keep going, so now we are going to use the product property again, but you have to be careful because we have the minus. So we have the minus, it means that we still have to do extra step to expand it. So I'm going to put the minus, put the parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis, I'm using different color code to help you out. I'm using the green color right here. So so again, we're using the product properties. So that will give us log base 7 of 5 plus log base 7 of D. But we are not done yet. Do you see why? Because as we all can see right here that we have to go back and we have to distribute the negative 1 with the 2 term inside the parenthesis to clear the parenthesis. Okay. So let's write it down. So we copy. So we have, so that will give us, I think, let me just write it right here. Log base 7 of A plus log base 7 of C. So we copy the first 2 terms. The next 2 terms, as you can see, we go ahead and distribute the negative 1. So it means that this inside the parenthesis, after we clear this, we have to change the sign. So we minus log base 7 of 5. And then minus again log base 7 of D. Okay, so again, for this exercise 10 to exercise 15, we are going to expand the given expression. which is we only see one log, we will expand into multiple using the three property we learned today, which is the product, the quotient, and the power. Okay, let's look at exercise number 12. Here, this is the natural log. Again, we don't see the base, but the base is e. Okay. So step 1, we go ahead and use the product property. So it'll be natural log of x to the power 2 plus natural log of y. So that was the first step. And then the next step, the natural log of x to the power 2, we're using the power property. So we bring the powers, which is 2, in front of the natural log to become 2 times natural log of x. And then we copy the last term. Okay, now let's look at exercise number 13. It will be a little bit more complicated, so please bear with me. So here we have natural log of this quotient. So the first thing we are going to use the quotient property first. So we become natural log. And again, for the numerator, I'm going to go ahead and write them as a fraction exponent, which is natural log of x to the power 2/3. Minus natural log of w plus z. Okay, so now the next step, we are going to go ahead and use the power properties for the natural log of x to the power 2/3. So we bring the 2/3, which is the power, the fraction exponent in front of the natural log. So 2/3 times natural log of x. And then the last term, we cannot do nothing. There's no property that we can use. So we're going to go ahead and just copy it. So natural log of w plus z. Okay, let's look at exercise number 14. Here, we given log base 2 of the square roots, and inside square root, we have a fraction or a rational expression. So step 1, step 1, I don't apply none of the three property. Yes, I'm just trying to write, I just go ahead and rewrite the square roots of this rational expression become a rational exponent. I mean, we don't want to see the square root symbol. Okay, so I'm gonna write them at log base 2 of, give me 1 second, I see you have a question. So log base 2 of this rational expression for x over y times z to the power 3. And then all this to the fraction exponent. So inside we have there's nothing for the exponent for this rational expression, so then will be by default 1, and then the index we don't see nothing, so it will be by default 2. So that's why we have the fraction exponent 1/2. Thank you. Thank you so much, Evan, for helping all your friends. Thank you. Okay, so that will be our first step, as you can see right here. Okay, so now next, we are going to use the power property. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the exponent, bring the fraction exponent 1/2 in front of our log base 2, and then copy the rest exactly the way it is. Okay, so now we're not done yet. The next step, we are going to apply the quotient property, but don't forget that we still have the half in front of this. So we do 1/2, and then parenthesis and log base 2 of 4x minus log base 2 of y times z to the power 3. So what we just did is that we apply the quotient property, but then we make sure that we still have 1/2. So it means that we must multiply 1/2 to each one of the two terms inside. Okay, so let's write it down right here. So number 1, to clear the parentheses, so 1/2 log base 2 of 4x minus 1/2 log base 2 of y times z to the power 3. But again, we're not done yet. Okay. The next step is that we are going to expand log base 2 of 4x and then log base 2 of y times z to the power 3 using the power property. So that will give us, so again, just keep in mind that we still have the 1/2 in front. So we'll do 1/2 times log base 2 of 4 plus log base 2 of x. So that will be the first one. And then close the parenthesis. Minus 1/2. And then again, we're using the product property. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this. So we give a log base 2 of y plus log base 2 of z to the power 3. We are almost done. Okay, so now I'm go ahead and distribute the 1/2 and clear the parenthesis. Okay. But first, log base 2 of 4. So I'm gonna make a quick note right here. Log base 2 of 4 give us 2. Right? Because 2 to the power 2 is 4. So this is 2. So you do one, you do so now we do 1/2 times 2 give us 1. So the whole thing right here give us 2. So we do 1/2 times 2, so that will give us 1. And then 1/2 times log base 2 of x. There's nothing we can do, so we just copy the way it is. So it will be 1/2 times log base 2 of x. Now we're done with that. Move on to the next one. Negative 1/2 times log base 2 of y. So again, we cannot simplify, so we copy the way it is. So negative 1/2 times log base 2 of y. And lastly, this one, just go ahead and do fast and quick, and hopefully you see. So I'm using the power property, move the 3 in front of the log base 2 of z, and then multiply with 1/2. So that will give us negative 3/2 log base 2 of z. Okay, let's look at our exercise number 15. So here we have log base A of this rational expression. So we're using the quotient property. So the log base A of 64x squared y minus log base A of 3 z w to the power 3. Next, we are going to use the power property. So we do log base A of 64 plus log base A of x squared plus log base A of y. Move on to the next term. We have the negatives or the minus. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it first. Now here, keep in mind that when we distribute this, we still have the negative. So when we use so here we are going to use the product property to expand this term, but I'm going to go ahead and put them inside the parentheses because we still have to go back and distribute -1. So that will give us a log base A of 3 plus log base A of z plus log base A of w to the power 3. Okay. And then we have to go back and then we have to distribute -1 with each one of the 3 terms inside this expression. So let's go ahead and copy. So the first one that you can see right here, that log base A of 64, we give a 2 because a to the power 2 equal 64. So we can go from log to exponential so that you can see that, and then copy the rest. If we cannot simplify, we copy. But here we also can use, you can see right here that we can use the the power property. So move the power to or the exponent of the power to the front. So be plus 2 log base A of x. And then the next term we cannot do nothing. So I'm copy the way it is. Cannot simplify. So log base A of y. Okay, move on to the next term. We just distribute the negative. So be minus log base A of 3. And then keep going, minus log base A of z. And the last one, besides we distribute the -1, we also use the power property. So we move the power, which is the exponent 3, to the front. So be -3 log base A of w.